Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion. Since 1966, Louie's Cleaning and Restoration has served the Vermillion and southeast South Dakota area with high-quality work and even higher-quality customer service. At Vermillion's oldest cleaning and restoration company, they pride themselves on providing the best service with friendly, knowledgeable staff. They specialize in cleaning, offering extensive cleaning services with high-powered equipment at an affordable price. Check out their website for a full list of services they offer. And next time you need it clean, call Louie's Cleaning and Restoration.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Well, good afternoon, basketball fans, and welcome inside Simple Arena on the campus of Mount Marty University here in Yankton, South Dakota for tonight's Sacred Hoops basketball clash between the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Milbank Bulldogs, and the home team on the scoreboard, the Vermillion Tanagers. Thanks for tuning in on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Spencer Buley. Spencer, as we kind of talked about at pregame, it's one of these deals, especially with these classics on these Saturdays, where not a lot of teams get to play off-site, especially on a college campus. What can this be like for both these teams?
Well, it brings in a lot of factors. You know, I know that when we call the SCSC Classic down in Vermillion, one thing we talk about is perception. You know, the hoops are a little farther away from the walls. You know, it's a different background that you're shooting into, and that can really play into the way you shoot the basketball. Some people love it, some people hate it. Just kind of depends on who you are as a shooter and what you're used to and all that. But the other thing is, you know, it brings in a new atmosphere. You get a lot more energy, more adrenaline, to say the least. You're just a little bit more amped up to come play in a college arena, you know, college floor. And, you know, the courts are bigger. You got the separate three-point lines. I think sometimes you find a lot of high schoolers shooting behind the college three when they get into these arenas. But overall, I think that as a high school athlete, getting to play off campus, getting to play in a college arena is something special.
And I just noticed as you look down there on the court there is not a high school three-point line down there, so maybe that'll play into the games a little bit. I'm surprised that they're allowing them to play here without that, so we'll see if that plays into effect at all.
Which three are they going to count?
I'm not sure. We're going to have to find out. I really wasn't paying close enough attention to that first game.
I guess not. I just didn't even. Yeah, you're right, Cole. I'm surprised they're even really allowed to play here. They must be going off the innermost three-point line, but definitely surprising.
As we'll give you a little preview of the Milbank Bulldogs. They come into the game 9-4 overall. They're currently fourth in what you could argue is a very good Region 4A. They're also number 27 in Class A according to their seed points at 41.769. Their schedule so far, they picked up an early win against Wahpeton, North Dakota before taking on a very good Lennox Orioles squad and losing 39-52. They picked up a couple more wins along the way from Clark Willow Lake and Britton Hecla before losing to a 9-5 Hamlin squad and also losing to Florence Henry 61-39. Florence Henry, a team that Vermillion also lost to in the Irene Wakanda Blizzard Buster Classic up in Irene last weekend. A direct day after they had their best offensive performance of the year, scoring 73 points against the Mount Vernon Plankton Titans. For Milbank, they picked up a series of 4 wins from Custer, Teospazzina, Redfield, and Wabae Summit before losing to another good Groton area squad and then picking up wins against Del Rapids and Dual before we get here to the Sacred Hoops Classic inside Simple Arena. Spencer, kind of just taking a look at the schedule it really looks like they won the games they should, and they lost the games against the good teams.
And that's exactly what we were saying, before we were on air. It's both of these teams, really. We'll get into Vermillion in just a moment, but both of these teams, it really feels like they've kind of just followed the pattern of their schedule. There have definitely been some close games in there, but as for actual outcomes, the win-loss record, as simple as it gets, they've pretty much followed exactly what they're supposed to do, beaten the teams they're supposed to beat, lost the teams that, outmatched them on paper. So I think it's going to make for a really exciting matchup today because this one could go either way.
It should be a pretty interesting matchup as well, as both teams like to run the ball fast. Both teams have some pretty quick point guards and a little bit of size underneath. They seem to match up pretty evenly. Some players we should look out for on the Milbank Bulldogs side, as now my sheet in front of me has frozen. As we're taking a look at the roster, a couple of 6-footers in Claire Snaza and Anna Negebauer, but also one thing you have to note with this Milbank Bulldogs squad is not a single senior on the entire roster. They have 7 juniors, a sophomore, and 2 eighth graders. Interesting to see how they do this year, especially leading up to what could be a very good year next year with all that senior leadership. Again, Milbank comes in 9-4. They average just shy of 54 points a ball game. They allow just over 36 points a ball game. Pretty fast-paced team. They like to put up some points. They can shut you down on the defensive end. All right, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll give you a preview of the Vermillion Tanagers, the home team. That's going to come up in a minute and a half on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Producers, now's a great time to get your seed meters inspected so you're ready for spring planting. Right now, Grossenberg Implement, your John Deere dealer with 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, is offering $25 labor per row all month long. Contact one of Grossenberg Implement's service managers and schedule your planter seed meter inspection so it's ready for spring. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product. Go to grossenberg.com for details.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside Simple Arena on the campus of Mount Marty University here in Yankton. Thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Spencer Buley. Spencer, we're going to give a quick overview of the Vermillion Tanagers. They're currently sitting atop a very tough Region 4A, and try and make sense of this here, Spencer. Vermillion number 1 at 8-3. Dakota Valley right behind them at 9-4. Lennox in third at 10-3. T-Area behind them at 10-2. Elk Point Jefferson behind them at 11-2. And Beresford behind them at 9-4. So between 1 and 6, very close region race, and 6 pretty solid teams there in Region 4. Again, Vermillion atop the region at 8-3. Again, last time we talked to you is a 44-12 victory at Del Rapids back on Thursday, where they came in, took care of business, maybe had a little slow of a second quarter, but only ended up allowing 1 point in that fourth quarter. I think there's also only 1 point scored back in that fourth quarter. You kind of look ahead to their schedule coming up. Beresford, who's 9-4 on Tuesday, receiving votes. Sioux Falls Christian, who's 12-1 on Thursday. Dakota Valley, and then they'll travel actually to Madison for the DAC-12 NEC Clash, where they'll likely be the number 2 seed in the DAC-12. Then they travel to Dakota Valley next Tuesday, who's 9-4. They travel to the number 2 team in the land of Wagner, who's 10-2, before hosting Parker, who just got their first win today against Baltic, who is now 1-12. Tough stretch, but that's kind of what happens when you sit in Region 4 and especially that very tough DAC-12 conference.
Yeah, I mean, that's a brutally competitive region. I mean, you mentioned all those teams winning records, and not just winning records, but big-time winning records, 10-4, 10-3, records like that. It's something that you carry with some pride to be on top of that region, especially coming into a matchup like this. So definitely looking forward to it.
Again, you look at the DAC-12 standings. Sioux Falls Christian number 1 at 12-1 with 45 or so seed points, and then right behind them Vermillion at 8-3. And then you can just go back and forth. Dakota Valley, Lennox, T-Area, EPJ, Beersford, all in that DAC-12. Beersford is now in the Big East Conference, but you get what I mean. It's such a tough region and such a tough conference, and you wonder why they got, quote, upset in the region semifinals last year against a really good T-Area team. It's the only reason they were down there is their best player was injured, and they play a double-A schedule, which is why they got all those losses. A little bit more of a preview into the Tanager team. They are led overall in scoring for the season by Brooke Jensen. 2 points behind her, Chandler Cleveland. Then after that, you can basically throw in any single Tanager player, and they've all got some points. Taylor Roovers, a big key at the point guard position. Brooklyn Voss, big size underneath. Janaea Cleveland, really tough on defense. Chandler Cleveland the same way, and either one of the Cleveland twins, they can go off for 25 points a night. And, of course, Brooke Jensen, the leading scorer. Also a big note, last game that we saw at Del Rapids was the first game of the season for Casey Hansen. She came in, played 10 minutes, scored 4 points. It'll be interesting to see how much they decide to use her tonight as she is warming up currently on the free throw line to the hoop to our left. Again, Vermillion, the home team, as they're getting started. But, Spencer, one thing that almost might be their Achilles heel for the season, but it might start to improve now that Casey Hansen's back, is their lack of depth on the bench. I mean, you look at most of these games, a lot of times they only go one deep. Now with Casey Hansen back, maybe they can go two. How big is having that seventh player in their rotation going to be late in the year?
It's big, especially when you get, as you mentioned, late into the year where, you start experiencing some fatigue. You've been playing twice a week, X amount of weeks in a row. It's getting late in the season. Your body just starts to wear down a little bit. But I think that going back to the other point that you made about how, you have Brooklyn Jensen leading the team in scoring, Chandler Cleveland behind her. You mentioned you can throw any Tanager into that next role, and almost all of them will put up a great performance. And I think that's, yes, it's an Achilles heel kind of that you mentioned. You talk about not being able to necessarily have a ton of depth off the bench, but when you have that ability to basically throw in any utility player into a big role and get a key performance out of it any given night, it kind of makes up for it, and I think that's what makes this Vermillion Tanagers team so special.
That's going to be all for the pregame show from myself and Spencer Buley. We're going to step aside. When we come back, it's basketball action here inside Simple Arena. That's all up next, about 90 seconds on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to Simple Arena, host of the third annual Sacred Hoops All-Girls Classic. We're on Vermillion Tanager Live and Live Ticket TV. Thanks for tuning in. We'll give you the starting lineups as we just heard them thanks to our public address announcer. First, the starters for the away team, the Milbank Bulldogs, number 4, a 5'4 junior guard, Sierra Wenzel. Number 5, a 5'7 junior guard, Isabella Anderson. Number 10, a 5'5 junior guard, Tyra Berry. At center, a 6' junior, number 20, Claire Snaza, and a guard, a 5'8 junior, number 24, Josie Rivlin. Again, Milbank comes in 9 and 4. And, of course, your usual starters for the Vermillion Tanagers, Taylor Roovers, Brooklyn Voss, Janaea Cleveland, Chandler Cleveland, and Brooke Jensen, head coach. John Brooks, again, Vermillion in their white uniforms, home white, letters and numbers in red with black trim. As they win the tap, again, Milbank in the away maroon uniforms, letters and numbers in a tannish yellow with black trim as we're underway. Janaea Cleveland has it over to Jensen at the elbow. Jensen rips around, drives in with 18, shot partially blocked. And the rebound is going to be controlled by Josie Rivland. And now a little full court trap, but Vermillion drops back into a zone. Milbank in the corner with Wenzel, guarded closely by Roovers. Wenzel up ahead to Berry. Berry right wing 3 off the back iron, no good. And the rebound falls into Janaea Cleveland's lap, so she will take it. Again, right to left as you see it on your video screen. Inside, Voss, one dribble up and good. First points in the contest for either squad comes from Brooklyn Voss. 2-0 lead for the hometown Tanagers. And Milbank out of Region 1A. 9 and 4 on the year. Three-pointer quickly by Rivland is off the mark, and it's going to be rebounded by Voss. So 2 quick shots and a turnover for the Bulldogs. And now the Tanagers have it for the third time as well. Cleveland, right wing, bounce pass down low. Voss, she'll take the 15-footer down at the baseline, and it'll go for her. She now has 4 points off the assist from Cleveland. And now Vermillion drops back into their 1-2-2 zone press. Pass all the way up ahead by Milbank. Up and in for Claire Snaza. Good job there by Milbank to break the press. And now it is 4-2, 6:22 to play, first quarter. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Spencer Buley, my cameraman, producer, and color analyst, as well as stats person if he's taken any, which I don't know if he is so far this
My
game.
paper is fairly blank. Just trying to get this beautiful action underway here, making sure I'm not missing it with the camera. But, I mean, so far, Cole, I think that one thing to note is, we're seeing Vermillion shoot the ball well, and we've seen Milbank with a couple of opportunities. But overall, I think that one thing we can't ignore is how big of a factor defense is going to play in this matchup. Right away, Milbank was able to get a stop on their end, and then, Vermillion forced a missed shot as well. I think a lot of a matchup like this is going to be determined by who's able to make the stops, especially as we get more into this game.
That foul call was on Chandler Cleveland. It's going to be her first, team's first, as Belle Pauley, a 5'10", 8th grade forward, checks into the game for the Bulldogs. It's interesting to see how deep they go into their bench. As we know, Vermillion does not go very deep into theirs. 1, maybe 2 now that Casey Hansen is back. 15 on the shot clock now for the Bulldogs. Pauley to Wenzel. Wenzel drives middle, now kick it all the way back, and they're going to get a travel at the elbow by Snaza. I don't think she was really expecting that pass. Just kind of fell into her lap.
No, it looked like she was trying to complete more of an off-ball motion and then just got, kind of caught by surprise. But, again, it's just that's great defense all around on that whole possession from Vermillion. They're going to need that today.
Voss has it right wing into the corner with Janaea Cleveland. Thought about the 3 but didn't take it. Now looking around. Back to Roovers. Near the top of the key. Back to Janaea. Jensen right wing, past the college 3, 14 on the shot clock. Roovers now drives free throw line, kick out. Jensen left wing 3, going to be just off the mark to the right, and rebound is going to be controlled by Tyra Berry. She'll push it all the way up for the Bulldogs. as I have to get Bulldogs back into my mind that they're not wearing white jerseys. As a game I called earlier today, the Baltic Bulldogs, they were wearing their all-white jerseys, as they're the home team back in the Big East Conference Tournament. Three-pointer by Barry is going to be off the mark. And the rebound is controlled by Roovers, and she's going to push for the Tanagers up ahead. Jensen, one dribble off the glass and good for two. First points for Jensen in the ball game, and now the Tanagers on an 8-2 early run to start the ball game, and now they're trapped in their backcourt. They pass it back to Wenzel, and now we're going to get a quick timeout called by Milbank. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. We're going to step aside. Back to Simple Arena in 30 seconds.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to Simple Arena, Mount Marty University, home of the Lancers, where if I'm not mistaken, both Lancer squads having a pretty good year down at the NAIA level in the GPAC Conference. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me Spencer Buley. 4:20 to play here in quarter number one. Milbank needs to get some shots up, as now Vermillion drops back into a very high 1-3-1 zone, and as we say that, a steal away by Brooklyn Voss. Just read the pass perfectly as she was standing right there. Possession goes to the Tanagers.
Yeah, it's never something you want, especially right out of a timeout as a head coach. You know, you hate to see a turnover right out of the gates, but Milbank has to get something going offensively, because right now this game's starting to get away from them.
Roovers drives in, little 12-foot jumper just inside the free throw line is good, so 10-2. Now the Tanagers lead, as now Milbank is trapped once again in the backcourt, and it'll be a 10-second violation called by our referee there, man in stripes. I believe I recognize him, but I'm not going to say for sure just in case I'm wrong. But if I'm not mistaken, he was my grade from Corsica Stickney. But there's a good chance that I am wrong, Spencer, so don't hold me to it.
Better safe than sorry on the air.
It's Naya Cleveland. Now left wing into the corner with Roovers. Roovers looking around. Now she'll drive middle. Stops back to Chandler, over to Janaea. Janaea drives middle, now looking for somebody to go to. Roovers, left wing three. Got it to go.
Just can't leave Taylor Roovers that wide open. I mean, she can shoot the ball so well. Her second year on varsity. If she's here in Vermillion for all of her high school years, she is going to be dangerous by the time she's an upperclassman.
And now quickly the other way, Janaea Cleveland.
And she already is dangerous.
Yeah, very.
Don't get me mistaken. Just even more.
Voss skips over to Janaea, inside to her sister Chandler. Chandler spins around, back out to Roovers. Roovers drives baseline. Back out to Chandler. Looking around now is 16. Roovers, left corner three, just off the mark. And the rebound is controlled by Tyra Berry. Milbank, you need some points here in this first quarter if you want to try and keep up with the fast-paced Vermillion offense. Baseline now back up, pass almost stolen away by Voss. Voss really active on the defensive end so far in this first quarter. 3 deflections for her. Milbank now has it with Anderson. Hand off to Wenzel. Wenzel, top of the key, gets over to Barry. Barry guarded closely by Janaea Cleveland inside at the free throw line. Anderson turnaround. That's just off the mark. But an offensive rebound, and we're going to get a foul. There's a good job there by Belle Pauley to get the rebound.
And, you know, if you're not creating good shots, and especially if your shots aren't falling, the only way to work around that really is to get offensive boards. So that's a great job there by Pavley to grab that board and give her team a second chance here.
As John Brooks, and as he goes about as deep in his bench as he normally does, subs in two. Barta and Hansen come into the ball game. Subs in for Milbank was Avery Shuneman as well as Josie Rivlin as starter. So now 2 minutes to play. Roovers has it top of the key over to Casey Hansen left side. Back to Roovers, swing it over to Barta. Inside Chandler Cleveland, 12-footer right side, got it to go. Another quick timeout by Milbank. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside. Back to Simple Arena in 30 seconds.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box. Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back, Simple Arena and Mount Marty University, as the regular voice of the Tanagers, Heath Nimke, has stopped by, as we're about 2 minutes away from his house here in Yankton, his palatial estate. And now quickly the other way, Milbank, another turnover, stolen away by Jensen. Thanks for tuning in, Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Spencer Buley, as Spencer was just rehashing his pole vaulting memories from yesterday as he impaled himself in the back with his vaulting stick, or whatever you call it. I don't even remember.
See, well, so I didn't impale myself, because when you think of impale yourself, people have impaled themselves while pole vaulting. That's why the tips of all the poles at the part where you grip, they all have a little rubber cap on them so that you don't actually impale yourself. But see, I knocked the crossbar off, landed on the crossbar, falling from 17 feet in the air, lower back, snapped that crossbar in half, and boy, do I have some marks to show for it. Heck of a day, though. Congrats to Chris Nilsson. Jumped a world lead yesterday in the pole vault of 6 meters and 1 centimeter. I'm not quite sure what the conversion
6.01, so I think it's, 6.01, whatever that is.
I don't believe
19 feet, 8.5 inches.
I believe, yes, 19, 8.5. So he is the best vaulter in the world right now, and I missed that shot in the corner.
It's all right, Spencer. I forgive you. I got you all riled up about yesterday. I was now going to get a quick foul on Milbank, because that's going to go on Claire Snaza, her first. Team's first with 53.3 to go in quarter number 1. Vermillion on a modest 17-2 run. Barta, corner 3, got it to go. Taylor Barta, first points for her, and now 3 assists for Janaea Cleveland in the ball game, as now it's a 20-2 lead. And now we're going to get a travel in the backcourt, as Isabella Anderson took one too many steps trying to split the double team.
Tanagers just have control of every single aspect of this game right now, Cole. Every shot they're taking is going in. The press is working, just firing on all cylinders right now.
Barta in the corner as 4 seconds separate the shot and the game clock. Voss will take the 15-footer right side, going to be off the mark, but we're going to get a rebounding foul. And this one's going to go on Milbank, I believe. Yes, it will. It'll be on Tyra Berry. Her first, team's second. So just an 18-point lead for Vermillion. 29.6 to go. Janaea Cleveland to throw it in. Shot clock is off into Hansen. Hansen back to Roovers, as Roovers will dribble around and waste some time. And now she's being guarded as the count is on. Now back off with 15. Still Roovers. 45 feet from the hoop now with 10. She's going to go, gets the screen, kick out Barta. One more pass. Casey Hansen, corner 3, got it. 7 points now this season for Casey Hansen, as a shot at the buzzer is no good. Your first quarter score, Vermillion 23, Milbank Bulldogs 2. We're going to step aside. Back to Simple Arena in 60 seconds.
Sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today, and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside Simple Arena, Mount Marty University. Home of the Lancers as a 3-ball quickly the other way for Avery Shuneman is off the mark and rebounded by Chandler Cleveland. Very balanced scoring for the Vermillion Tanagers. That's everybody who played scored, so I'm not even going to bother trying to read it off as it's a 23-2 ball game. Voss underneath, back out. Roovers for 3, going to be off back iron, and the rebound is controlled by Isabella Anderson, as normally my statistician / color man has the stats under control. I even gave him a scoreboard software so he doesn't even have to fill out the scoreboard, and he's still not even taking stats for me.
I have some of them.
I mean, you are slacking real hard, and Heath calls me a slacker, and I do all 3.
Me and Charlie have it a little bit too made over in Centerville.
Yeah, you do.
That's all I can say. I'm not primarily on the color stats job. I'm calling play-by-play over in Centerville, so it's a change of pace for me, no doubt.
As Belle Pauley will check in, and Sierra Wenzel, as you talk about your Centerville gig, you just stand there and call the game. Usually whenever I'm producing for Heath, and I don't think a lot of people realize that, I am the color man, statistician, camera operator, and producer.
Now me and Charlie don't even have to operate the camera over there. We got a huddle camera and everything. We show up, we call the game. Man, I tell you what, we can put together some pretty decent calls.
You are robbing the company blind at this point.
We got 120% focused effort on that basketball game. You're getting great calls because that's our job.
Now I know you're now I know you're not focusing because you can't do 120% of something.
Oh, come on. You ever heard of the 110% effort rule? I'm just doing 110% effort on describing the 110% effort.
Well, that made a whole lot of no sense. Anyway, Milbank with the ball going left to right on your video screen. 6:33 to play in the second quarter. Their only points are by Claire Snaza as a pull-up jumper well off the mark for Isabella Anderson. And Spencer, if you're Milbank at this point, it's just a matter of taking all these open shots until one of them falls.
They just cannot buy a bucket right now. I mean, they're getting decent looks at this point, too. I think that the problem is, honestly, it's probably more mental now than it is physical because you're starting to stress out. You're down 23-2. It's a 21-point game. Vermillion, as comfortable as can be, taking any shots that they want. There's no pressure at all, but it feels like every Milbank shot they take, there's just that starting to get that hint of desperation behind them, and it affects the way your shots play out.
There's another quick steal on the opposite end by Jensen. Again, the lowest point total that Milbank has had so far was 32 in a 32-39 contest against Hamlin earlier this year. As now they're trapped in the backcourt once again. I mean, it's not a complicated press that Vermillion's putting on. It's just Milbank's not giving themselves any chances. It's also not a very difficult zone to break. I mean, Vermillion's been running this zone for years.
No, and it just doesn't look like they're ready for it. Systematically, that's the word, or schematically, the words that I was looking for there. I mean, you can see the frustration starting to boil over. You got fans trying to direct traffic from underneath us. You can hear them trying to point people out because, you got a player bringing it up, and there's just no help against 3 Vermillion defenders.
Chandler Cleveland, left wing 3 is going to be off the mark, but the offensive rebound bounces all the way back out to Roovers. Her shot up is no good, and Jensen uses her size underneath to get it O-board. Back out to Roovers. She'll take the top of the key 3. Got it to go. Taylor Roovers now 8 points in the contest as he took that one from a couple steps behind the men's college line, and now we're going to get a timeout called by head coach John Brooks. We'll take it with him. I believe it's a full timeout. Yes, it is. We'll be back to Simple Arena in 60 seconds.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no-obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back, Simple Arena, Mount Marty University, home of the Lancers. As the Tanagers up to a, do I dare say, comfortable 26-4 lead, Spencer?
Maybe a little early to say comfortable, but certainly a cushiony 26-4 lead.
As now they're a little sloppy on the offensive end as the pass is stolen away by Anderson. They're going to push it all the way up ahead. The free throw line to Pauly. Pauly kick out. Wenzel for three. Going to be just off the mark. And the rebound is controlled by Roovers. Shortest person out there, but she always seems to end up with a lot of rebounds per game. Cleveland to a cutting Jensen. One dribble. Nothing but nylon for Brooke Jensen. 28-4 as Jensen now with 6 points in the contest. Up ahead to Shuneman. Pauly drives right, layup off the glass, and good for two. So 2 points for Belle Pauly off the bench. 28-6, now in favor of the hometown Tanagers. And I say hometown because Milbank is 2.5 hours away. Vermillion just 25, depending on what route you take. Tanea Cleveland high arcing three off the mark. Offensive rebound, though, for twin sister Chandler. Back to Roovers. Her shot is going to be no good. And rebound controlled by Anna Negebauer, who recently checked in off the bench. So Milbank 3 deep into their bench. Vermillion just 2, and now a travel at the lane as Negebauer got it and was looking around and did a little happy feet dance.
Yeah, just seen a lot of unforced turnovers in this half. I think that's the second or third travel that they've had called on them, and then early on obviously weren't able to break the press, but I guess that's more of a forced turnover, but either way, just too many turnovers for Milbank.
Cleveland has it. Her twin sister Janaea. Jensen has it left wing, skip pass to Barta. Barta inside to Voss. Voss looking around in that coffin corner, turns around and passes it to the Vermillion crowd. And one of the members of the crowd just about decapitated our stripes as he was not expecting that pass, and it whizzed right past his head. And the more I look at that official here on the right side, the more I feel like I know him. But I don't know. You never can be too sure.
I don't have much to add.
I'm talking about knowing somebody to a guy who lives, what is it? How far of a drive would it be from here to your hometown of McKinney, Texas?
McKinney, good 12 hours.
No, piece of cake.
Piece of cake. Houston, 15 and a half, 16 hours.
Yeah, I've made that drive on a bus with a lot of other people.
That is horrific.
It's not very fun. As Anderson gets another steal. I believe we made it in just under 24 as we had to make a couple stops for food, obviously, and then switch out bus drivers a couple times. And now we're going to get a foul underneath the hoop on Vermillion, likely going to be on Barta. And yes, it is going to be on Barta, as they don't put the player fouls up on the scoreboard. They also don't have points totals or foul totals for either team up on the board, on the side boards, whatever you want to call them, the stat boards a lot of people call them. As I was kind of treated pretty well there in Beersford, they have stat boards on both sides of the court. So no matter where you look, you can see everybody's stats. As that shot off the mark once again for Milbank and rebounded by Casey Hansen again. Big knee brace and a full knee sleeve on that right knee. This time a white knee sleeve. I believe last game she was wearing a black knee sleeve as they were in their red uniforms. Inside, Barta off the glass and good for two with the assist by Jensen. Again, Jensen, the Augustana commit to go play basketball, and now she's going to commit a foul 30 feet from the hoop.
Go back to that last offensive possession, though, for Vermillion. Just great ball movement. I mean, great look to find there, and it just came off of, 4 or 5 passes before that, just rapid fire, one after another. Just so comfortable on offense right now.
30-6, minute 40 to go. In quarter 2, pull-up 3, going to be off the mark for Anderson. She's not afraid to shoot that, but an O-board by Tyra Berry. Anderson again for 3 is going to be off the mark, but an offensive rebound putback is good by Claire Schnaza. She has 6 points in the contest. So 75% of Milbank's scoring has come from Claire Schnaza. 30-8, the Tanagers lead. Jensen skips over to Hansen inside. Jensen to the free throw line. Lob pass to Voss. Voss off the glass and good for 2. Brooklyn Voss now 6 points for her. 32-8 is now the lead for the Tanagers. As Milbank gets it up ahead, Anderson blocked away. Big block by Jensen, and the ball is still live as nobody realized it. And now Cleveland with the steal. And now we're going to get a backcourt violation as Barta passed it back to Janea, who is not ready for it. As she was just kind of jogging up the backcourt. And now Janea Cleveland will check out, so the Cleveland twins on the bench. Voss, Barta, Jensen, Hansen, and Roovers. And as I say that, Chandler Cleveland checks in, so let's get that corrected. Barta, Chandler Cleveland, Jensen, Hansen, and Roovers in the game. For the Tanagers, Hansen kicks up to Barry, back to Anderson, guarded closely in the top through that 1-3-1 zone, off the glass, and good for 2 for Isabella Anderson. Good to see her finally get some points on the board as she has taken quite a few shots here in the first half, as there's, by my best estimates, a half a second separating the shot and game clock. So Vermillion is going to hold for the last second shot as Roovers has it at the Lancer logo at midcourt. Now, Spencer, if I hadn't said that, I don't know if you'd be able to guess that was a Lancer.
I probably wouldn't.
Jensen now is 6. Over to Roovers' right wing. She'll drive middle. Hansen, right wing 3. Got it.
What an ending possession by Vermillion. I mean, this offense is just incredible so far in this first half. That last possession just sums it up.
35-10, your halftime score. We're going to step aside. About a 5-minute break here on Vermillion Tanagers Live to give you halftime stats. That's on the way next on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion. Since 1966, Louis Cleaning and Restoration has served the Vermillion and southeast South Dakota area with high-quality work and even higher-quality customer service. At Vermillion's oldest cleaning and restoration company, they pride themselves on providing the best service with friendly, knowledgeable staff. They specialize in cleaning, offering extensive cleaning services with high-powered equipment at an affordable price. Check out their website for a full list of services they offer. And next time you need it clean, call Louis Cleaning and Restoration.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV for tonight's coverage of the Vermillion Tanagers and the Milbank Bulldogs in the third annual All-Girls Sacred Hoops Classic. Last two were at the Elman Center at University of Augustana. This one in the Simple Arena, campus of Mount Marty. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me, Spencer Buley, to give you some first half stats. First for the visitors, the Milbank Bulldogs. They're leading scoring. Claire Snaza with 6, Belle Pauley with 2, Isabella Anderson with 2. And then rebounds for them, Wenzel with 1, Anderson with 2, Barry with 3, Schuneman with 1, Snaza 1, Pauley 1, Rivlin 1, Negebauer 1. Milbank 2 in the first quarter, 8 in the second, for their total of 10 points. For the Vermillion Tanagers, balanced scoring all across the board. Everyone who has played has scored. Leading scorer, Taylor Roovers with 8, and then we'll go down the roster numerically. Casey Hansen, 6 points and a rebound. Taylor Barda, 5 points, 2 assists. Roovers, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Brooklyn Voss, 6 points, a rebound, and 2 assists. Janaea Cleveland, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Chandler Cleveland, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. And Brooke Jensen, 6 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Vermillion, 23 in the first, 12 in the second for their total of 35. Now for some analysis, I turn over to the brain, Spencer Buley. Spencer, your quick first half thoughts.
Well, unfortunately for Milbank, I think they've kind of found themselves in a worst of both worlds scenario. On paper, this matchup is fairly even. You know, we previewed the schedules and the matchups, and this by no means on paper should be a blowout, but I think that, you know, Milbank comes out, they're definitely not close to being on their best game. Vermillion, on the other hand, looking pretty close to the top of their range. I mean, they've looked phenomenal on offense. They're finding great looks. They're moving the ball well. They're working the systems that they have in place, and they're just hitting shots. They're just shooting the ball really well from, you know, beyond the arc, inside the paint, mid-range jumpers. Just most of the shots they're taking are dropping. But for Milbank, you know, they started off with some inabilities to break the Tanager press, and, you know, that's really biting them. But at the same time, you know, you had some unforced errors, but just overall, the shots weren't falling. They eventually got themselves some better looks, but they just have not been able to convert. And, you know, Cole, we talked about playing off campus, playing in a college arena, and some of the factors that can come along with that. And, you know, Vermillion's handled it great, but you wonder if some of that's playing into Milbank's offensive deficiencies here.
Thank you, Spencer. We're going to step aside one more time before second half action. Back to Simple Arena in 90 seconds.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Producers, now's a great time to get your seed meters inspected so you're ready for spring planting. Right now, Grossenberg Implement, your John Deere dealer with 9 locations in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming, is offering $25 labor per row all month long. Contact one of Grossenberg Implement's service managers and schedule your planter seed meter inspection so it's ready for spring. Grossenberg Implement, where service is the other half of a great product. Go to grossenberg.com for details.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back, Simple Arena, Mount Marty University here in Yankton, South Dakota. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Spencer Buley. 35-10, the Tanagers lead. Maybe not quite the comfortable lead they were hoping for after only scoring 12 points in that second quarter, but still a pretty good sized lead as they're waiting for the shot clock to reset. There we go, and waiting for the music to turn off. And now we are ready to roll here inside the home of the Lancers. As Vermillion now in the home whites going left to right on your screen. Roovers has it, drives in. Can't leave her wide open. Wow, a rare miss inside for Roovers.
I think one of the only reasons she might have missed that is because she didn't expect to be as wide open as she was. Kind of shot the shot out of rhythm.
Anderson has it, now kicks out. Rivlin for three is going to be off the mark, and the rebound controlled by Wenzel. Back to Rivlin. Up and under, layup is good. First 2 points for Josie Rivlin. And now they're on to a, what Heath Nimke would call a modest 2-0 run here in the second quarter.
Quite modest, but those are two big back-to-back possessions. You know, one on the defensive end, one on the offensive end for Milbank to come out of halftime, get a stop, you know, go down, and now get a turnover as well.
Pass a little too strong there for Cleveland as she wasn't expecting it. All the way up ahead, Barry off the mark. And the rebound is controlled by Jensen underneath. So Vermillion now skip pass long ways ahead. Chandler to Voss off the glass and good for two. Roovers to Chandler to Voss from the opposite free throw line to all the way underneath the hoop. What a transition that was.
And that's, I think, one thing that Vermillion's going to try and do this second half is get more transition buckets because although, you know, they're up 35-10 at the half, you know, they didn't score a lot in transition. The offense is working so well they didn't need to, but, you know, they're a team that can definitely run the floor, and you know that's one thing they're going to want to try and do.
Isabella Anderson off the glass and good for 2. So now 4-2 here in the third quarter. Milbank seems to be coming out firing in at least more cylinders in this quarter than they were in those first 2. Hopefully they can get something going on the offensive end, keep this game a little closer for their sake. If you're Vermillion, just keep doing what you're doing, and it's just like that. Brooke Jensen turn around underneath. Now 8 points for her in the contest, back up to a 25-point lead as Isabella Anderson had it, but we're going to say she didn't quite have full possession of it, so it is not a travel, as she did not establish possession. Anderson over to Snaza in the right wing. Back out. Three-pointer, going to be off the mark for Barry, and the rebound is going to be controlled by Janaea. She's going to dribble all the way up herself, coast to coast, layup, count the bucket and the foul for Janaea Cleveland. Got the steal, went all the way herself, outran everybody, and got the layup and the foul as that falls on Tyra Barry, her second. Team's first. 7 fouls combined so far in the game between both teams. Old-fashioned three-point play is good for Janaea Cleveland, so 5 points for her, as it was the first free throw of the contest. And now almost a quick steal on the other end, but here comes Anderson, 3-on-2. She'll take it herself, off the glass, no good, and the rebound is controlled by Voss.
And Milbank has just not been able to convert any of those transition buckets. They're not all easy shots, but that's one thing Vermillion's doing really well is converting the transition layup opportunities. Milbank's not even drawing fouls. I mean, they got to start, as a coach, you got to start telling your athletes at least try and go into the bodies of whoever's protecting the rim. Try and draw some sort of contact as you go up strong.
Barta and Casey Hansen check into the ball game as Voss and Janaea Cleveland go out. Roovers drives baseline, will rattle in.
That is a great basketball move from Taylor Roovers. Just a simple jab step, but she's so quick. And then, of course, it's just so good at the mid-range jumpers that that's something that she's going to hit all day and all day for about 4 more years for these Vermillion Tanagers.
44 points in the ball game for Vermillion. Roovers, the first player in double figures. She has 10. There's a stat for you, Spencer. As driving inside is Rivlin, and she was fouled. They're going to say it was a shooting foul. Foul was on Casey Hansen, I believe, as the PA announcer never did announce it, so I'm just guessing here, as they don't show it on the scoreboard.
It was on Casey Hansen. That is, I believe, what the official showed to the bench, so foul on Casey Hansen.
As the first free throw is no good for Rivlin. The second free throw is up and good.
Almost a lane violation there from Chandler Cleveland. Impressive to hold herself back.
3 points now for Rivlin in the ballgame, and a quick steal by Wenzel, and they're going to go the other way, 2-on-1 up to Anderson. Blocked away by Jensen, but there was contact as Jensen helps her back up. So Anderson will go to line to shoot 2. That is Jensen's second foul. Team's second. 44-15. First free throw. Good. Second free throw is up and also good. So now 6 points for her. 44-17. Roovers has it. She'll break the press herself. Kick out. Casey Hansen pump fake. Over to Jensen for 3. It's going to be too strong, and the rebound is controlled by Wenzel. Now 3 for her in the contest. Barry has it for Milbank. Looking around. Now
Great
back out to Barry. Low. Anderson, as I was trying to read, oh, there we go. Charlie Bender Court is what the logo said over there. I just realized that the same logo is right here, and it's facing our way, so I can actually read it. As a missed shot was rebounded by Roovers. It is Charlie Bender Court inside of Simple Arena on the campus of Mount Marty University. That's a mouthful, Spencer. That's where we're playing tonight.
It is.
Jensen, nothing but nylon off the assist by Hansen. So now she's in double figures with 10. So 46 points and only 2 in double figures for the Vermillion Tanagers. Wenzel has it. And they're going to look around. They're going to get it over to Barry. Barry drives right. Scoop layup going to be no good, but they're going to say there's a foul on the way up. And Wenzel will go to the line to shoot. Barry will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is on Barta. Her second, team's third. 2 free throws upcoming for Barry. First one is good. First point in the contest. Tyra Barry as Janaea and Brooklyn Voss check in. Chandler and Jensen check out. Second free throw is off the mark, so now 3 for 6 for free throws, but an offensive rebound put back. That one's going to roll in for Josie Rivlin. Now 5 for her in the contest. 46-20, so Milbank still keeping this within 30 points. They're trying their hardest. They do not want this to go running clock. That would eliminate all of their chances to come back here in the second half.
Yeah, they're going to keep fighting and clawing. I mean, they know that this is a game that they realistically should be in, and there's no reason the score should be the way it is. So they're going to keep on fighting until the last second in this one.
Barry to a wide open cutting Snauza, but she can't get it to fall, and it's rebounded by Voss. And now Roovers, off the turnover last possession, tried forcing a pass between a couple players and just went off somebody's leg. Barta hesitates. She'll take the 3. That's going to be off the mark. And the rebound is controlled by Wenzel, and now Milbank wants to try and push in transition the other way. Anderson back to Wenzel, swinging around. 3-pointer top of the key for Barry is off the mark. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Roovers. Now 6 rebounds for her in the contest. Up ahead to Barta. Barta spins off one leg and got it to fall.
And those are just the types of shots that Vermillion has got to fall all night. And Milbank, they haven't been able to buy those buckets down low.
Again, Barta usually does not score very much, more of a role player for this Vermillion offense, but has 7 tonight, well over her season average. As now Roovers will go out and Jensen comes back in, as well as another sub for Milbank that I did not quite catch. As we're reached 7:30, this game is not quite yet an hour old, as we believe we did start a little late. Pauly is going to be off the mark, and the rebound's going to go to Brooke Jensen. And she's going to take it up. 60 seconds to play here in quarter number 3, excuse me. Thanks for tuning in to Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. Cole Larsch alongside me, Spencer Buley. Jensen, free throw line jumper is good. Now 12 for her. She is the leading scorer in the contest with 12. 50-20, and now we've reached that 30-point margin. So the clock will run for the remainder of the game most likely, and now we're going to get a foul called on Vermillion, so the shot clock will stop and reset. And that foul is on her Casey Hansen. That's going to be her second, team's 4th. As the clock continues to run, now down to 14-13, as now they get the ball handed to him with Schoenemann. And it's going to be tipped around, but eventually controlled by Milbank. Long 3, Anderson, going to be short. But a good O-board. See if she can get it up before the... And that is how the quarter will end. We're going to have 2 free throws, as the offensive rebound was controlled by Pauly. And she was fouled, so she will shoot 2 free throws, uncontested. As that is the end of the third quarter. Voss's second foul. What are we stopping?
Blew it dead.
Oh, they're getting rid of the red light ring around the hoop.
Fair enough.
First free throw for Pauly is good. 3 points for her. Milbank now 5 for 7 from the three-point line, is now all eyes in a, what I'd say is a good solid half-full simple arena, are all on Pauly, and she sinks them both. And that is how the third quarter will end. Your score, Vermillion 50, Milbank 22, back to Simple Arena in 60 seconds.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Whether you're
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back, Simple Arena, home of the Lancers. As now Milbank starts with the ball and they quickly turn it over. Voss with a third steal. As the clock should continue to run here for the remainder of the contest until a free throw shooter gets the ball or a timeout is called. We'll go back to regular clock rules if Milbank can get it back within 20. Voss down low and dribbles out of the trap. Now she still has it in the coffin corner with 10. Inside of Chandler. Chandler, she spins. Left-handed shot up and good. 4 points now for Cleveland in the ball game, back up to 30. Quickly up ahead the other way. Ella Sandvig checks in, and it's going to be stolen away by Chandler Cleveland. Barta inside to Voss at the baseline. Skip pass over to Cleveland at the other baseline. Jensen now has it. Drives middle. Inside to Cleveland. Pass a little too strong, but she saves it and goes right through Voss's hand. It'll be controlled by Sandvig. Now Milbank wants to push, but it's going to be stolen from behind. Good steal there by Barta. Barta's having, for lack of better terms, a hell of a game here inside Simple Arena.
She's definitely kind of been one of those Tanagers that stepped up and filled the backdoor roles for this team tonight.
6.5 to play. Voss cannot get the shot to fall, but she was fouled and will go to line to shoot 2. Falls on Sandvig, her first. First team foul, just the 4th Milbank foul of the game. And now just like that, Coach John Brooks is going to call off the Dogs per se, as the first free throw is up and good for Voss. So checking into the ball game will be the entire bench except for one, which means Maya Halverson is in, Bailey Baylor is in, Mackenzie Richardson is in, Madigan Wallen is in. Voss's second free throw off the mark, so Lexi Hansen, Casey Hansen's younger sister, will have to sit for just a moment longer. And now Voss makes up for it.
I apologize for the missed camera work there.
Yeah, that's all right, Spencer. Nobody blames you.
Checking the line change.
Voss inside to Richardson, back out to Voss. Voss, again, the only starter back in there as she missed the free throw. Baylor with the no-jump jumper. That's her signature shot. That's going to be off the mark, and Anderson with the rebound. She's going to push it up ahead. Foul is going to be called as Schuneman will go to line to shoot 2. That foul is on. Madigan Wallen, her first, and now we will see the rest of the subs check in, as right after this shot, Lexi Hansen will check in. First point for Schuneman in the game. Now all 5 starters and 7 rotation players have subbed out. Give you some totals once I get them totaled. Schuneman off the mark. It's going to go out of bounds. All right, here we go. Casey Hansen, 6 points, a rebound and assist. Barta with 7, 2 assists and a steal. Roovers with 10, 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Brooklyn Voss, 9 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and 3 steals. Janaea Cleveland, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Chandler Cleveland, 4 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. And Brooke Jensen, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. It is as the reserves in, as Baylor airmails the pass, but it is saved. Good save there that time by Wallen. And a foul is going to be called on Wenzel.
You know, Cole, you can't overlook how beneficial it is to have your starters be able to sit a full quarter of a game. You know, as we talked a little bit in the pregame, about getting to the back half of the season and how, a full basketball season is going to be taxing on your body. Having your starters sit, a full 8 minutes of gameplay, that goes a long way, especially in weeks where you're playing on a Saturday and you're going to have a quick turnaround when you got to play Tuesday or Thursday.
Timeout called by head coach John Brooks. We're going to keep it right here for a second as we give you scores from around the state of South Dakota. The producer just about sent us to break.
Close.
And now the SD score. There we go. Now it's loading. In an earlier contest here today, Winter defeated Tri-Valley 42-34. Canton over Laverne, Minnesota 44-37. Beersford over Garrettson 58-35. Flandreau over Sioux Valley 55-29. So Flandreau is the Big East Conference champion. Another earlier game here today. Arlington over Parkston 62-56. That one was right before this one. In the nightcap, it is number 2 Wagner, who just recently took a loss to my alma mater, the Mount Vernon Plankton Titans. They are 10-2. They will take on receiving votes Florence Henry, who is 11-2, with victories over these two teams that are playing right now. Now a quick steal there by Riley Scholar, who is in the game now. So now all varsity players who are dressed are now in. I believe it is reserves against reserves. Foul was on Wallen. First free throw is good for Shuneman. Second free throw. Off the mark, no good, but an offensive rebound put back. That one's off the mark for Negebauer, and the rebound is controlled once again with Milbank. They swing it around. Three-pointer left wing for Shuneman is off the mark, but another offensive rebound by Pauly. Pauly has it at the block. She spins in, guarded closely there by Halverson, and she will get the foul call. First foul on Halverson. And now Pauly checks in. First free throw is good, as she made those free throws to end the second quarter. Second free throw is also good, so 6 points for her. A perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Wallen brings it up over to Halverson. Halverson will drive middle, pass out to Baylor, and they're going to say she traveled before the pass.
Just didn't get that pass off right before the last foot hit the ground. Very close, but right call. And turnover for the Tanagers.
Shuneman brings it up the floor. Kick over to Scholar. Scholar to Negebauer. Swing over to Shuneman. Shuneman, they're going to swing it back around to the left side to Sandvig. Sandvig looking around. Now drives middle. Kick back out. 3-ball left wing. Off the mark for Shuneman, and the rebound is controlled by Bailey Baylor. Now Halverson will bring it up the floor over to Baylor. Top of the key. Wallen has it right wing. Looking around, they're going to say Wallen traveled.
Back-to-back travels for Vermillion.
.227 to go. Vermillion will move to 9-3 on the season. They got a tough stretch ahead of them. A very good Beersford team, an even better Sioux Falls Christian team. Then they'll likely play the number 2 team in the Northeast Conference. And now possession goes back to Vermillion off the Milbank turnover. .53-26 your lead, just under 2 minutes to play. Wallen tried passing inside to Hansen, going to be stolen away. Shuneman down the other way, up and good. 4 points for her. 97 seconds to go here in the contest. Wallen right wing, skip pass to Halverson. Halverson for 3. Going to be short. And the rebound is controlled by Scholar, and she's going to double dribble in the backcourt. Now just over a minute left in the ball game. Again, Milbank will fall to 8-4 as that pass quickly stolen away. Going the other way is Shuneman. Pass up ahead to Sandvig, and Sandvig traveled. So now under a minute to play as the clock keeps on rolling. 53-28 again, Wagner and Florence Henry will play the next contest to wrap up the third annual All-Girls Sacred Hoops Classic as Bailey Baylor steps into a right wing three. Got that one to go. 3 points for her in the ball game, and now the shot clock is off. A pass inside, and now a foul is going to be called. What a foul call there by the official, as the buzzer will likely sound before they get to throw it in.
I think that was a shooting foul, and he called it on the floor for the sole reason of not going to the line to stop the clock. Maybe I'm incorrect, but...
3 going to be off the mark, and that is how the contest will end. Your final score, Vermillion Tanagers 56, the Milbank Bulldogs 29. We're going to wait just a second for the players of the game, and then we will send it to break for our post-game show. As I'll try and get some numbers here totaled up while we wait for the Sacred Hoops players of the game. Interesting to see who they turn it over to.
First, from Milbank, Belle Holly. And your player of the game from Vermillion, Brooke Jensen.
As there you have it, players of the game, Belle Pauley for Milbank and Brooke Jensen for Vermillion. All right, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we've got a little post-game show, give you some final stats and analysis. Can't see if we can catch up with a player and maybe even Coach John Brooks. That's all on the way next on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back. Vermillion Tanagers Live post-game show. A brief one as we just try to wrap up tonight's contest as Vermillion wins 56-29. Spencer, while I'm quickly tallying up some scores, your final game thoughts.
My final game thoughts are a lot similar to my halftime thoughts because at the end of the day, I mean, this game was pretty much won in the first half by Vermillion. It was one that got away from Milbank. You know, Vermillion came out with what felt like more aggression, at least on the defensive end. They were running the full court press and they were executing it very well. But as for Milbank, it just seemed a little sloppy as far as just playing fundamental offensive basketball at first. Now, granted, down the line in the first quarter, second half, they got some open looks, and unfortunately, it just wasn't their night shooting the basketball, but that's just basketball. Anything can happen in this game. On paper, this was supposed to be a game that we thought was going to be really close. We thought it was going to be a great game, and at the end of the day, I mean, Milbank, they had some opportunities. They weren't converting. Vermillion, they were firing on all cylinders on offense. They were getting the ball down low, getting great looks, and they just converted on those looks, and Milbank didn't.
Again, your final score 56-29 here inside Simple Arena. Give you some final stats, and then we will get out of here. First for Milbank, 29 points. They were led by Isabella Anderson, Claire Snaza, and Belle Pauly, all with 6 points. Josie Rivlin with 5, Avery Shuneman with 4, and then 1 point for Tyra Berry. 2 in the first, 8 in the second, 12 in the third, 7 in the fourth for their total of 29 points. They will fall to 9-5 on the season for the Tanagers. They scored 56 points. They were led in scoring. Very balanced scoring by Brooke Jensen with 12, and we'll go down the roster numerically. Casey Hansen with 6, 2, and 1. Taylor Barta, 7 points, 2 assists, and a steal. Roovers, 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Brooklyn Voss, 9 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and 3 steals. Janaea Cleveland, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Bailey Baylor with a 3 and a rebound. Chandler Cleveland, 4 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. Brooke Jensen, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Vermillion, 23 in quarter 1, 12 in the second, 15 in the third, 6 in the fourth for their total of 56 points. They will go to 9-3 on the season. Their next action will be on Tuesday when they host Beresford, a very good team, and then they travel to Sioux Falls Christian on Thursday. That will have all that action on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. Our next action will be on Monday when the boys will host Madison inside the Birdcage. I believe the tip is scheduled for 7:30. Pregame show starts about 30 minutes before then. For Spencer Buley and Heath Nimke, who showed up late, I'm Cole Larsch. Thanks for tuning in to the Sacred Hoops Classic on Live Ticket TV. Have yourself a wonderful night.